Welcome to the recap of Achtung Cthulhu, Blackheart Crucible, Session 29. As always, let me thank Juce at Master of the Game for hosting and playing, his partner in crime, Paul at Awkwardly Nerdy, Bill at RollStats, the unholy trinity of Jason, Josh, and Isaiah, Dustin for his role as 13, and joining us this week, Dave at DravenSwiftBow. We begin with the players in Sweden in 1946, at the tail end of World War II. The players meet up with a Canadian contact. They head into town looking for Nova. They run across a familiar black moss, ask some questions of a Norse witch, and deal with an enemy threat. Is there anything else anyone would like to add?
Yeah, I don't watch that crap.
Black Crucible adventuring crew.
Benny Hill.
Just had a entire baguette.
Poop my pants.
I apologize.
The scene melts away, and then you reappear in a forest full of snow. It is fairly thick. It is cold. As Jacques has just blown a bag of cocaine into Luther's face, Luther has just stuffed his face completely into the bag. In the distance, you can hear a couple gunshots, and then you hear the sound of like vehicles, like a diesel engine, and then some people talking. It sounds like English.
Jacques will kind of move to a little bit of cover and see if he can get an eye on where those vehicles sound like they're coming from.
There looks like a Jeep is stuck like in the mud or something, and they are got a deuce and a half that they're trying to pull it out. There's a couple soldiers, behind it, pushing it.
I'll run up and roll my sleeves up. Say, here, let me help you.
They get the Jeep up out of the ditch, and he turns. He's like, "Yeah, thanks a lot there, buddy. I appreciate it."
Where are you from?
Where am I from? Wait, hey, where are you from? That uniform looks kind of clean there.
It is clean. I just put it on this morning.
We haven't had a clean uniform like in 3 months.
Yeah,
We were just dropped in.
Shit, who are you?
Yes, Jacques Clébume.
Wait a second. And he reaches and starts to pull out his grease gun and points it at you. All right.
I punch him in the face.
You knock this guy down. He falls back and drops the gun.
I pick up his gun.
Buddy Mitchie is just scrambling and grabs his M1.
Now, everyone, let's just calm down.
I don't appreciate people pulling guns at me.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing here?
Well, I am just as confused as you. We showed up to help, and this man, we started to talk to him, and then he drew his gun on us.
So I punched him and I took his gun.
I was there at the Battle of the Bulge. I remember those
Were you at
damn
Calico?
crowds showed up in Allied uniforms.
This is special mission. You think the enemy would be so dumb as to come in with fresh uniforms?
I don't know, anything's possible. Just answer one question for me. Who won the 1945 World Series?
And here we are in the ninth and final inning of the last World Series game of 1945.
I am French.
Yeah, you're excluded.
I don't watch baseball.
And when Don Johnson forced Juce at second, the Detroit Tigers became the 1945 champions of the baseball world.
That is, I believe, the wrong answer.
What is he? Is he some kind of red?
No. Hey, what's this all about, eh?
The Canadians, they walk among us.
Canadian! Shoot him!
See, this is a big misunderstanding. We were just dropped in.
Well, what's the problem? What?
Shouldn't you apologize first, though?
Oh, it's terribly sorry about that, eh?
Hey, Lieutenant, you've been here for a while. They don't look they look out of place.
So who sent you here?
Americans say a high priority mission, kind of on the need to know basis.
Yeah, I heard somebody saying something about baseball.
Yeah, I don't watch that crap.
And I am clearly French.
What was that all about? To ask them about baseball.
Yeah, because only Yanks know anything about baseball, not those damn Krauts.
Oh well, we're not concerned about baseball, eh? The real question is who won the 1944 Stanley Cup?
The Detroit Red Wings, of course.
Yeah, okay, they're definitely spies, eh? It was the Montreal Canadiens.
Why the Canadians maintain a threatening lead in Zamboni technology.
So, Lieutenant, you know these guys?
Well, first of all, it's Lieutenant. Try to respect the rank here, eh?
Right. Yeah, I got it.
Let's just settle down, and we'll just why don't we just relax, maybe sit down, get to know each other. Who are you and why are you here?
That's a long story, Lieutenant. I think our captain can tell you.
Luther walks up with the best posture he can possibly muster, which, isn't easy, but right? Like he walks up with an air of entitlement, but kind of like douchebaggery, right? Like combined, right? And he's like, look here, LT, you asked who won the 1940 World Series? The Bars did. Obviously, he got his captain's bars. So you, soldier, stand down. You're going to assist us in our mission here.
Okay, I guess so. Apologies, Captain.
Can
We are very sorry, eh?
You got a bag of sugar or something? You got something all over your face.
It's a long story. It was sarin gas, but we're gonna commandeer this vehicle, and actually, the LT there is gonna go with us as well. Because clearly, there's no discipline in this outfit. I could tell immediately. First of all, you allowed this government vehicle to get stuck in the side of the road. Like, how? This is not your vehicle, LT. This is you're not exercising the proper discipline within this unit. Clearly, we have a failure to communicate. So what I need you to do is to get your men in line and get in this Jeep and let's get over that hill.
Okie dokes. Sorry for making you raise your voice.
I think we're supposed to win this war on our own.
Perhaps you describe this Nova to these gentlemen and see if they have seen her around.
Good idea. Blake, it's your song.
We are looking for a woman.
Not just anyone.
Hey, guys, have you seen a woman?
Oh, yeah, I've seen lots of them. There's a whole bunch of them in my hometown.
Any that don't fit in?
Oh, there were a couple of oddballs going through school, but I mean, overall.
No, I think what he means is one in this local area.
Yeah, recently around here.
Recently.
Maybe one that looks like a goth or something. Do you know what a goth is?
Only get the Gothest girl I can.
All blacked out, leather pants.
With a pale white rockabilly tan.
She probably would have talked about Blake and how much she missed him.
You know the kind, the ones you find in the country metal punk rock band.
We believe she knows witchcraft.
She has powerful friends within the maple syrup cartel.
Oh, you don't want to mess with those people.
I know. So now you understand why we need to find her so bad.
Oh, you guys are in trouble. You have my apologies.
How are we going to explain 13 to the normies?
He comes in, he's wearing a beret, and he's got a bunch of romaine lettuce in one hand and a carrot in the other. Ears are down. Seems I was dumped about 100 meters that way.
Is this one of your guys?
Yes.
Highly experimental project, ultra top secret. Can't talk about it. Like if we told you, we'd have to kill you, literally.
It is best to pretend he is not that.
I'd like to get some of those earmuffs.
No, you wouldn't. It all went wrong.
If you ask really nicely, he might share his romaine.
Not a chance.
I wouldn't count on it.
So what unit are you guys with?
Ultra top secret 101st.
We don't technically exist.
It's not even really the 101st. It's the 101.2. Like,
if you keep telling him things, Captain, I'm afraid I will have to shoot this man.
Yeah, but that just means I got to shoot him since I'm the lowest ranking one, and I don't want another body on my hands after telling him everything again.
This is true. That was a very unfortunate scenario. What is the last three?
They deserved it.
It's wartime, so we expect a little bit of casualties. Doesn't mean they...
Did you try saying sorry to the enemies a few hundred times?
No, that was the first thing that we did, Abe. They didn't accept it. I don't know. We offered them some maple syrup, too, but they said they didn't want to get involved with that kind of organized crime, so...
Do you have any more maple syrup?
Oh, we always carry some. We're part of the Canadian military uniform.
So even in your casual state of relaxing, feeling the vibes of the Bolivian marching powder which you have consumed, you catch a rifle scope for a second coming out of the window of a 2-story building.
I hit PFC Tim Horton, sniper, 3 o'clock on the tree line in the building. Horton, turn this Jeep around immediately so that the driver's side is facing. Put yourself between me and that sniper immediately.
He just turns this vehicle and screens you. He just leaps out of the vehicle, rolls, and gets himself in cover.
I'm hanging off the side of the Jeep, and I'm one-handing this 9mm submachine gun, and I'm gonna try and shoot 100 yards. I know that's a really long ways away.
Submachine gun.
With a submachine gun, but I'm gonna aim it like much higher than the window.
Yeah. Spray and pray.
Yeah, that's over 91 meters.
I'm good with finances, though.
13 would shoot with the blue light special.
Just see this blue light streak across the sky and hit this building. There's some light now coming through on the backside. So you hurl the dynamite into an open window at the bottom of this building.
He just takes a moment, lights it with his cigar, tosses it, stands there for a second, and then just runs like hell back the other way.
You see Jock running, and then he like stray board comes flying and clocks you in the head. You face plant in the snow. So there's a large explosion as the building has been blown up.
Shock will like slowly stand up out of the hole that he got knocked into. He's got like his cigar in his hand, and like it's halfway blown off at the end. Just be relighting it.
Problem solved.
Yes, with extreme prejudice.
Well, that about clears things up then.
What was the name of the woman you were looking for?
Only get the Gothest girl I can.
Nova.
Okay, so we had actually heard reports that she was looking for someone by the name of Dr. Gonzales.
Well, we were actually looking for Dr. Gonzales as well.
Well, that's what we're sort of looking for too. We're on our way to Vintangi. Just a really weird transmission. Part of my task is to investigate it. Do you know anything about the Black Sun?
Is this a task? Or because clearly I know more than you do, right? Like I'm way more informed than you are because just simply rank, right? But well, and also American.
Black Sun is it's a German group of cultists, and we've seen some of their reports where they've mentioned Nova. And they also believe she's a witch.
That is most interesting.
Do you know anything about the cult of Stalin?
Yeah, no, I've heard of the name.
All right, but anyway, it's clear that we are on the same side. Then you understand the urgency of our mission here. The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
Oh yeah, no, I totally understand. And for that I apologize.
As you should.
Jacques, you spot a body that's got some kind of black moss growing on it. Same thing with the lieutenant. You spot another body that's got some kind of like, lack of a better word, moss. It's got like some black moss growing on its arm as it's like sticking out of the ground, frozen. 13, you see in the woods there's some kind of like little hut in the woods as you're slowly driving. A door opens to this hut. Person come out with like a broom and like sweep and then just go back in and close the door. It looked like a woman.
Enough for me.
I don't think we need to stop.
Yeah, but it was a woman. It could be Nova. It was a woman with a broom. It's a witch. Like, come on. Like,
that sounds like Nova. She was definitely a witch.
Perhaps this woman knows information, has seen things.
So I wasn't really paying attention because I was thinking to myself how useless and inconsequential all of you are in my actual life. But tell me, was it an attractive woman on a scale of like 1 to 10?
It is probably hard to tell at this distance.
Yeah, but he had really good, cunning eyes.
From 1 to Romaine, she was iceberg.
I don't understand that scale. Like, is iceberg better or worse than...
Let's be honest, Captain Franco. All women are hot in the dark, right?
And
it is nighttime.
That's a very good point, Maggot. So I think we should. Just stop. Like we can just stop and say hello. Who knows? Maybe she has some coffee or something a little stronger, or like I'm a little peckish. I could eat. I'm just saying. I got a hemorrhoid the size of a cue ball and a really bad attitude. So like, if you hit one more pothole, let's just stop. Actually, you know what? I outrank everybody here. We're stopping. How about that?
Also, I would very much like to collect a sample of this moss.
Good point, Freddie.
Oh, I thought you were going to want a sample of a
thought he was going to say
I'm going to take a specimen jar out of my medicine kit and put it in that. I'd use my tweezers.
All right, so you managed to break a piece off. None of the spores seem to go out.
Popped a little cork in it, tuck it in my medicine bag.
Who is it?
It's Captain Franco, ma'am. Could you please open the door?
Come in. And the door opens.
Like all by itself?
It seems to be, yeah.
Hey, Horton, I'm going to need you after all, buddy. Can you come here real quick? I need you to go in and clear that room.
And he stands by the door and he runs in and you hear him going through this little hut. Come in. So you walk into this room. There's like a stove in the middle with a big pot on it that's cooking something. There's a lot of animal skins that are hanging from the ceiling, and there seems to be a back room with a curtain over it, and Horton has pushes his rifle through and he goes back into the back room. There's an older woman. She's got real graying hair and lots of warts. She's wearing black wool clothing and that comes down all the way to the bottom. She's got some big gold clog shoes on, holding her broom, looking at you.
Get in there, Captain.
It looks like you've seen some action, and we wanted to make sure that you were okay and that you weren't in need of, any...
She smiles. She kind of smiles at you, and she says, not in a while.
Oh, Oh God. Okay.
Will you be staying?
Probably not. But okay, I have another question for you though. I would you mind if I had a seat? Would you mind if my friends came in? There's a really sexy Frenchman out there. You're gonna love him. He's just your type. And I yell out for the others to come in.
The weak-minded ones have fled or
Tell
joined.
me, mademoiselle, this substance that I collected outside, what is do you know anything of it? Has it been something you have seen before?
She examines it. Then she points to the back wall, and you can see going up the side of the wall and all the way up to the ceiling is that same moss. It's just growing. You might want to come back here, Captain.
And I make my way back towards where Horton is.
I'll go with them. I feel like I have to protect Tim Horton for some sort of timeline reasoning.
So stepping into this room, it's just got shelves, but you see that on the shelves are little tiny shrunken heads.
Human heads? Like, do they look real?
Yes.
Dude, this is Baba Yaga.
I'm gonna pocket one of the heads. Like, could need it for scientific research or something. You don't know. I don't know. Actually, he could put black powder into them and they could be tiny little skull grenades.
One of them has a hat on, but obviously it doesn't fit its head anymore.
Right.
And it's got the symbol of the Nazi SS on it.
Yeah, well, at least she's killing Nazis, Joe.
So, mademoiselle, it seems as though you have this problem with the moss. Do you know what it is?
I wouldn't call it a problem.
But
It
what
just seems to have a life of its own.
What, pray tell, does it do?
Seems to speak to me.
I see. And what kinds of things is it typically telling you?
Secrets, of course.
Any worth sharing?
Only if you have secrets to share.
Well, the recipe to my great-grandmother's excellent croissant.
I don't think those are the kind of secrets she's looking for.
13 would kind of walk over or lean over to Jacques. I wouldn't touch those. They're very contagious.
I had a feeling.
She is clearly a practitioner of dark magic of the Norse kind.
And I remember the something about a burial in the town to the north. Mademoiselle, would you know anything of this burial ground to the north?
I wouldn't go there. It's sacred ground. Did you like my collection?
It was lovely. Quite unique. What is the collection for, by the way? More specifically, what is the collection of?
It's just a hobby.
Tell me, mademoiselle, have you seen a woman come through these parts recently?
I sensed someone was in the area at one time.
I see. So we are on the right track.
Someone like yourself?
She the cauldron and kind of stirs it up with her spoon. She takes out a bowl and pours out. It looks like earwigs.
Oh shit, man. Full
And
circle.
would you like some sustenance?
Oh no, I am quite full, mademoiselle. I just had a entire baguette.
We all just had rations actually before coming here. We probably ate too much.
It's full circle, man. It's following us through all these planes in existence. Blake, look, man, it's the maggots in the moss again. Or it's the earwigs.
Maggots?
Earwigs. Earwigs.
I was gonna say, those look a lot like earwigs, man.
Not maggots, maggot. Earwigs.
You mean to say you have encountered these before?
We have, yes.
Yeah, flying earwigs. Disgusting. Gross. Dangerous.
And they explode out of well, I guess I was gonna say dead people, but really they're not. They're kind of animated dead. They're more like undead.
Yeah. They're worse than locusts. They devour everything. They'll
in their
cover
path.
us.
Perhaps we will be going, mademoiselle.
Thank you for your hospitality, and I apologize.
You look and see your vehicle. You can see that there are two figures, look like they're covered in snow and have some sort of rigor mortis, who have gotten up and they're just like pawing,
God
looking
damn
at
it,
your
Horton!
vehicle.
I told you to watch the Jeep. What the hell are you doing?
Oh,
You can hear a vehicle approaching.
Go get the Jeep, Blake, and then drive up and pick us up.
Okay. I start running around to get to the Jeep.
Are you going to focus on trying to get this thing started, or focus on the one zombie creature that is now crawling over the other side of the Jeep to try to get to you?
Hold your
Ah,
breath,
damn it.
Blake.
Okay, I'm gonna punch it right in the face.
No, don't. The spores.
Okay, you club him in the face, and he just kind of falls back. He leaves a big plop of black moss inside the Jeep.
In the
Punches him.
passenger seat?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's Captain
What
Franco's
kinda-
spot.
Door opens and a figure steps out with a black hat and like a robe. He raises his hand and you see him like mumble some words, and there's a flash of black light, and for a second you could feel like the ground rumble, and then when you kind of look down, coming out of the snow on the ground or look like fingers.
Oh, God damn.
And you distinctly get the smell of pickles, and you can see the fingers have teeth on them, and all the teeth are going, and they're just kind of raising up through the snow.
Yeah, I'm going to drive over the zombie things on the road.
You run them right over.
Dum-dum, dum-dum.
The spores just kind of float in the air, and you see them just start to come up and like stick themselves to the front of the Jeep.
Oh, shit. I knew it.
Oh, see, we need a flamethrower.
He's going to go into the hut. Like the old lady that's standing there, he's going to be like, hey, did you want to grow, that collection you got in the back? Like, now is the chance for you to grow that collection. I don't know if you see what's going on your front lawn right now, but like, you might want to go check it out.
Of course, when you come right back in, she is a little bit, she brings a smile to her face as you have returned.
Of course, yeah.
She's like, one moment. She actually looks younger when you see her this time. She doesn't look like withered and warty and 85. She looks blemished and about 50.
Well, there you go. That's an
yeah,
improvement.
really. Yeah, I mean, like, hey, we're working in the right direction.
Comes back and grabs her bowl, comes back out and hops into the snow. And she starts grabbing them and putting them in the bowl. You know how you're picking stuff and then you eat one, and she's kind of doing that number. She's like, ooh, and she eats one, and like a little slot in the driver's window opens, and you see a barrel of a gun come out. Fires this gun, has a weird sound to it. Doesn't sound like a gunshot. And you're hit with something, Jacques, and you just release your bowels.
Oh, Lord. It's all crazy.
It was the special brew.
It's the brown note.
I pooped my pants.
So you throw the dynamite.
Kind of whipping it underhand, trying to get it under the car.
Skips off the snow and then lands in the road and like rolls right under the car.
Hey, cover!
You shoot like right at the window. A perfect shot. You can hear the rounds like pinging around in there just as you hear a boom. And the car lifts off about 4 meters off the ground. And it
Meters,
comes
nice.
crashing back down. And a big puff of smoke comes out.
So I like to think that my shot accelerated the dynamite.
He's gonna grab the wand of Orcus, take a swing at kind of some of the nearby fingers.
The snow just goes everywhere. These fingers kind of fly up in the air, and as they fly up in the air, they just kind of disintegrate and just turn to dust.
As the snow kind of goes away, it darkens, and it gets like almost an acrid smell.
Did someone burn toast?
If it gets burned, I just start hollering. Cause don't you know I'm black toast intolerant? Burnt toast!
So you chuck the dynamite again, skipping it along the snow and under the vehicle again.
This time Jacques running to the right, trying to like get out of that wedge of fire so he doesn't shit his pants again.
I pooped my pants.
So the vehicle begins to pull away from the dynamite. It goes off, and like the front end just kind of pops up and comes back down, and like the bumper falls off, and it's smoking, but it's like backing up down the road. The windshield comes out, and you see the barrel of that gun, PFC maggot.
Oh.
Shatters the Jeep's windshield, and you have the same consequence as Jacques.
I pooped my pants.
What's that consequence now?
The drawers, they are loaded.
Poop?
Just a little dysentery. Yeah.
I poop myself?
You are now the brown streak. Yeah.
Damn it!
I don't know if I want to travel with you guys anymore.
Oh, it's squishy.
There's a lot of incontinence going on around here.
Captain Franco, I require your trousers.
Immediately when this happens, I pull my gun out and I point it at that car and I shoot.
So yeah, you've just aim and just return fire. They're trying to back
Choke
up.
on that, skank ass.
One could say it was a shit talking.
Fire, and you just see the light just flash. And now there's a hole in the engine block. The car, like, you can see it spewing like some kind of fluid, and it's sputtering like somebody's like trying to rev it up, and it's just it just is dying. And then it begins to like sparkle with some kind of energy all over the hood. And
Franco grabs the scythe and goes outside, and I'm just like I'm clearing the chaff
You're reaping the fingers.
Yeah, the pickled fingers in front of me. Yeah. Am I doing it right, Hildy?
Reaping.
He winks.
Oh, he is so in there.
With a pickled goblin finger hanging out of her mouth. So Jacques runs up there and chuck it in. It's like as soon as it hits, boom, there's a loud explosion. This explosion shakes the Jeep. Pieces of the car go flying. Jock, you drop to the ground as like the door flies off and just misses you and skips across the snow, catches 13 and the old woman and hits the side of her hut and knocks the whole wall right off of it.
Okay, sorry about that.
I'd like to think after the car blew up and Jacques stood up, he just like whips his shitty underwear behind him.
You see a figure stand up from the carnage.
God damn.
And it looks like the guy in the robe, and his whole side of his face is like missing, and you can see like his teeth and his skull, and he's just standing there.
Luther looks over at Jock and says, "I told you another stick of dynamite."
Yes, it is quite problematic. I've not ever seen a body take such punishment.
So grasping something around his neck, and he like snaps it off and holds it up, and he starts to chant some words.
Somebody shoot the freaking amulet out of his hand.
I've got my gun on.
You shoot him. I will run over and punch him in the face.
So it basically right? it went like through his robe, like where like the wind must have been billowing it out. So it looked like maybe I was trying to shoot him in the gut, but it was just all robe.
Clearly, he's immune to bullets. I run over there and I decide rather than punching him, I'm going to suplex him through his car.
Slam him onto the pieces, like a jagged piece of twisted car comes right up through his chest, and you like impale him. And he's holding the thing.
I stand over him and I rip my camis, the front, just and I flex over him. Guys, I'm winning championships in different decades, in different countries, in different worlds. I'm the best. Poop my pants.
He begins to just sort of fade, and his body just kind of starts to shrivel up. And as Blake tears his shirt, and he looks at you. You can see the black moss crawling up the sides of his legs, like they almost look like wings at this point.
In my personal health, where I was married and I had a day job as an accountant. I'm looking at equipment, trying to figure out what gun I have.
Blake's already gonna shoot somebody.
Yep, you got to start this thing off right. By the way, Tim Hortons is way better than Dunkin' Donuts. Fight me. He shits himself and it smells like maple syrup.
Sounds good, eh? I feel the complication would be poo related, and I don't want that.
No, this is the first I've seen.
Then why are you eating them?
They're delicious.
Carbon on LSD. And apparently the Detroit Tigers won the 1945 World Series, and I'm a terrible Tigers fan.